That's what's up, y'all. Welcome to the New Black Church, where your story is your Bible. We are elated and excited today that we got Dawn Dobson with us this evening. And you all know how I do it. We're talking about building self respect this week, and we're going to build it right when we get back. Y'all know me. Play that theme music. Peace. Uh, welcome back. Welcome back. Thank y'all so much for joining us at the New Black Church, where your story is your Bible. We have Dawn Dobson with us on this evening, y'all, and we got such an amazing guest. Just like the last guest next week, I met her through the Tampa Facebook group, the New Black Tampa, such an amazing group of individuals. But yeah, she was one of the ones that got me out. We did karaoke on a Friday night. You remember that? Yeah, we remember we did karaoke. Then a couple weeks passed, they got me out to a Sunday brunch. Then we went to the spot called Tally O's. I thought it was called Tally Hoes, but it's Tally O's. And yo, we had a VIP booth, plenty bottles, hot wings, and fries. Let me tell y'all, it was a wild night. But that's when I realized there are some amazingly beautiful people right here in Tampa. So I got to get the people on here first. Y'all know this is the month of March. We're talking about self respect. We defined it the first week. Jay held it down. I apologize. Jay told us what self respect was, and he did that dang old thing. Then we had my girl Easy E. Erica fell up in her, and y'all, she just blew it away. Y'all got to go back and watch those two episodes. Remember, like it, share it, and subscribe. We need to get the subscribers up because I got to take this to TV. I can't get to TV unless I have these subscribers. So, y'all, please hit the like button and subscribe, and then share these out. Erica talked about defining it. This week we're gonna talking about building self-respect. See, building is where we are intentional in that ongoing process of putting us in position to put ourselves first. There is no better person here to have but Dawn. Dawn, how you doing this evening?
I'm great. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you,
for
thank you,
having me.
thank you. Welcome. Y'all know me. I'm finna jump right into this with
Yes.
Dawn. Dawn, tell us about you. Let everybody know why you are so amazing and you my rider, girl.
I guess I'm amazing because, you know, um, I grew up in the Midwest, Chicago and Milwaukee, Wisconsin area. Didn't have much growing up, but managed to do well for myself. I've owned three businesses, and I'm a mother of four. Um, I love exploring my spirituality, and I relocated here to Florida, and I love it. I love the weather. I love the sunshine, and just looking for my next project.
That's
So,
y'all. She got next project. Y'all gotta
yeah,
understand what
yeah,
she gonna pop out here on the. So jumping right into it, mother four, on three businesses, relocated from the Shy, and what is it called? Milwaukee. What's the nickname for?
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
That's
Oh, and
right.
shout out to Dubuque, Iowa too.
The
That's
Dubuque
right
Hour.
below.
She talking. Y'all, she naming nothing but cold places. It must be a
Yeah,
blessing to be in
it
Florida right
is.
now.
It
So
is.
jumping right into this building self-respect. What are some of the strategies for building a strong sense of self-respect, such as like setting up boundaries, practicing self-care, or better yet, we'll get into it a little bit later, but embracing your imperfections. But you got a couple options right there. Jump into any one of them you
Well,
want
let's
to.
start with. Give me my options again. You
Oh yeah,
funny.
that's what I'm
Now
talking
you hit
about.
me with a lot now. Let's
Hey,
let's go step by
you know what
step.
I'm saying? Because see, you have this strong sense of self-respect. One of the things you do well is you carry yourself extremely well. You're very confident. How do you do that? Like, what are some of your methodologies, such as setting your boundaries? What are some of the practices that you do with self-care? And then how do you embrace your imperfections?
Setting boundaries. It's okay to say no.
Mm,
It's okay to tell people no. I lived a long time thinking, trying to please people or say yes. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do anything that makes you uncomfortable or you don't feel like doing. Master the word no. It's okay. Two, feeling comfortable in your own skin. That might be harder to brace nowadays that we have technology that is built to push conformity. But being comfortable in your own skin is imperative to mastering self respect, I feel. Um,
Okay, so now you're talking about mastering self-respect. The power of no.
yes.
That is amazing because no is so powerful, and no means that I'm going to put myself first. That is one of the
Right.
best boundaries that I've heard someone say right here in a while. Now, you're practicing your self care because your skin glowing, you got the hair back in the ponytail,
I'm
you
just
know,
being me,
you rocking the sweaty, you know what I'm saying? And then, you look healthy. So, what is this self care like? What are the eating habits like? Working out, not working out. You got a big, beautiful smile on your
Thank
face.
you.
No, man. What are you doing to maintain this youthfulness? Because y'all, if I tell y'all
Woo.
how old this lady is, y'all be like, Duran, you're lying on TV. The FCC coming out to you, bro, because you're lying. If I told y'all how old she is, how are you? What is it that you're doing that is loving yourself so much in this self care practice?
Accepting joy,
Mm.
allowing myself to be happy and be loved on and cared for. That's really, because I'm going to tell you, I'm not a health nut. I don't have a specific diet. I think I eat healthy enough, but it's nothing I ever watch. I'm not a habitual exerciser, though it might be good for me. I'm not, but I'm not a healthcare nut. It's the inside that I take care of, and then it somehow comes out on the outside. But I think that I keep stress down in my life. I don't keep around people that bring a lot of drama or create a lot of problems for me. I try to stay around and surround myself with people who are doing good things, care about our planet and other people. Just anything that brings me joy. Spending time with my family, watching my kids grow up, and a lot of laughter. A lot of you gotta laugh.
You
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 gotta
gotta
laugh.
laugh. You
Stay
have to
stay stay
laugh.
happy. You gonna be healthy.
That's what I'm talking about. See, y'all, if somebody laugh and smile more than I do, that is totally awesome. Now, having these boundaries, having great people around you, that works. It's about, I say, 99.9% of the time. Kind of like how I use those numbers at work. There's always that 0.1%,
Right.
right? In technology is 99.9% strong. 0.1% human being.
That's
They
right.
are the reason why I got a career.
Yes.
And so, but being happy, we work hard at making ourselves happy and even allowing others to make us happier. But there is that 1%. that point one that tries to come around and they do whatever they can to try to do that. How do you handle those situations?
It's definitely discernment. Now, I would say usually right about 5 minutes into talking to someone, I kind of know, you know, what type of person I'm dealing with. But so keeping up boundaries. What do you do when people are coming around you that you know are toxic to you? How do you get rid of them? You can cut off. You're in control of everything you do. Cut off communication. You don't have to talk to these people. If it's someone you're dealing with, maybe at work, you just don't like them. Remember, they're not really affecting your real life. So maybe sometimes we don't have to take in everyone's energy that we meet. You don't have to take it all in. You can let them be them and then go about your business. So I would say, in order to keep people from being around you that you don't want, don't engage. It's okay to be dry. That's giving someone a signal. It's going as far as you let it go. Relationships go as far as we let them go. Like in dating, you might meet someone, date them, and find, well, this really isn't the right person. You can stop talking to them. You don't have to get into a 3-year relationship, So it's up to you.
I love that.
You know.
Oh, wow. Did y'all hear that? That not only can you say no, but then you don't have to engage into a conversation. Do y'all see these building blocks to a relationship for you, right? Your relationship with yourself. See, setting boundaries with yourself first and then setting boundaries for somebody else, telling them no. Y'all, I remember we was taught in school, say no to drugs. Right. That's when you came through the Ronald Reagan era. Nancy Reagan, with her little self, with her wig on TV, on all the talk shows. She was make sure that we said no. It was a big no with the red circle and the line going through it. Yes, we have that right today in 2023 to tell people, no, I want to put myself first. Then Dawn told us that, look, not only can you say no, even when they try to bring that toxic energy around you, you can still let them know that, hey, you do you, I'm going to do me. And then you get dry with them. I like that. I like that. So when you said dry, I thought about getting ashy. You know what I'm saying? No, nobody want no ashy person around them. Right. So, yeah, you get dry. They'll eventually get that message and then push you back. So now you're doing all this. You got all this greatness going on. But then we got to be alone. In that alone time, getting out the shower, getting out the tub, putting our clothes on, walking out the door. We're our own worst enemy sometimes. Like, how do you handle, quote unquote, what you may see as an imperfection in you? How do you handle that, having such a high self-respect for yourself?
We're always in our own heads, and we're our own worst enemy most of the time. Most of the time, the things that we're thinking are wrong with us or a flaw or imperfection, other people don't even view it that way. It's usually our own we're thinking people are thinking these things about us, but it's not even true. It's our own mind telling us this.
Yeah.
But it's not really other people's opinion at all. So, yeah, you can really get down on yourself. And, it's going to happen. You're going to say, you look ugly in that sweater today, But you just say, that might be the case, but guess what? I'm getting ready to do some really important things right now. So really the sweater doesn't matter. Really your imperfection doesn't matter right now. Focus on what you're really doing. Focus on the important things you have going on. Don't get so tied up in your imperfections. It's easier said than done. Focus on But when you hear yourself say that, that's what I do. When I say something like that to myself, I say, don't listen to that right now. We got things to do. You just have to get out of it. You just have to train yourself to follow it up with a positive comment.
Okay.
This sweater is ugly on me, but my pants look good. I don't know. Find something else to get your mind off that. Don't wallow in your imperfections. It's what makes you unique, but You don't have to beat yourself up about it.
Oh wow, wow, did y'all just hear that? How not only can we say no, not only can we ask people to bag, give me 50 feet. You know what I'm saying? We can even do that, but now we can also embrace ourselves, right?
Yeah.
I like the way you talked about like we thinking somebody saying it's so interesting. We think somebody's saying something about us, but we the only one in the room.
We're the one thinking
Ain't
that.
nobody else in the
No one
room
even
with us.
noticed. They're worried about. That's another thing. It might help to think. I tell. I do have some friends that they really worry about what other people think. And for me, I don't usually worry about that per se. So, but I always say,
Wait a minute, hold on. You gotta hold that thought. You gotta
I'm
hold
sorry.
y'all. She finna go into something real good, but y'all know, gotta take a quick break. Look, we gotta put these promotions out here. We doing big things. We on TikTok. We do Mondays with men on TikTok at 8 p.m. Eastern time. We do women on TikTok where it's nothing but men on Monday, nothing but women on Wednesday, and then we do men and women together on Thursday. So check out this first one right here. We're going to be right back. And then Dawn is going to talk about overcoming these external pressures and these society norms. Welcome back to the New Black Church. Well, wow. Are y'all hearing this story that is coming out of Dawn's Bible? Y'all, she's giving us great, I don't even want to say nuggets because sometimes a gold nugget, she dropping bars, bro. She dropping these gold bars on us, right? And we know the value of gold right now. So what Dawn was getting ready, like I had to stop you, Dawn, because you just on a roll right now. I mean, we just getting that vibe going, right? And so what we want to do right now is go right into what you was getting ready to talk about, overcoming these societal pressures, these external pressures, these societal norms, all this stuff, worrying about what somebody's saying about us when it should be about us. But you know what? They don't want to hear from me. They want to hear from you. Cause see, you the one looking all cute over there, so they want to hear from you.
Thank you. Well, societal pressures, how we're supposed to look. And again, the internet, I feel the internet has really perpetuated self hate. The internet can be great when everyone loves you, but it can tear you down when everybody's got something to say. And even just in your friend groups or your work groups, you might be worried how other people are viewing you, what they think about you. Honestly, 9 times out of 10, they're not thinking about you. They're thinking about themselves. They're doing the same exact thing you're doing. They're worrying about how you feel about what they got on and is their hair straightened out. And, most people have the same insecurities you're having. They're not even worried about you. They're worrying about themselves. So you can look at it that way. They're not thinking about you.
Oh.
And even if they are, tell yourself they ain't thinking about me.
Now, see, I never thought about while I'm sitting up here beating myself up in my head that the other person beating themselves
Right.
up in their head. See, I never
Yes.
thought about nothing like that.
Yeah.
And see, so now you done hooked me up onto something. Now I'm turned on. Now, how do you tell the difference between healthy society expectations and then harmful society pressures when it comes to your self-respect?
I feel like societal pressures, how you determine is this a negative one or a positive one is what is it asking of you? Is it asking you to be better at something you do? Um, is it asking you to be better, or is it just putting a pressure on you to be different, or different as in someone you're not? Is the requirement that you have to become someone that you're not? Because that's probably negative, because you can only be who you are. You'll never live up to that. If it's pressure to um, motivate you to become a better person, we all could do that. And that's a good societal pressure. If it's encouraging you to do better, and you'll know it feels good to you and it feels right, that means it's right. If it doesn't, it makes you feel bad, that's not for you. So go with your intuition, go with your feelings. Let's get into our feelings. We can think a million words, but how do you feel? How does it make you feel?
Yeah, get into them feelings. I like that because feelings, people try to play down feelings, play down emotions. They want to go with these facts, these statistics based off
Yeah.
what somebody else
Give you
say.
a million numbers.
But what like moves me, make my heart beat real, real fast, or it get me so excited that I start sweating a whole lot,
Yeah.
or something
Yeah.
like that, or
Right.
I'm so nervous that I just clam up. Right, it's getting into them feelings, and then that helps us realize what's good and what's bad for us. So now that we understand that piece, now that we have a better understanding of where to position us, okay, how do we build up this resilience now? Now that we understand those, now we need a resilience to build up to work with those situations. So how do you do that when you're working on your self-respect and building on top of all this great work that you've already done? Now to continuously build on top of that. How do you build up? How can we build our resilience from some of your stories?
Well, it seems like a heck of a job to take on. Even me, I've not mastered any of this. I'm not a sensei in any of this. I'm doing it as we're speaking. Every day I wake up, I'm trying to implement these things I'm talking about on myself. And I would say they work pretty good, but so what can we do? What can you do? It's all in your mind. Celebrate your accomplishments. Don't be
that.
afraid to tell
Hold on,
yourself.
hold on. Say that one more time. Say that for the people on the screen behind us. Say that for the people on the screen behind us.
Celebrate your accomplishments. It's okay to tell yourself you're proud of you. Hug yourself. Wrap your arms around you and hug you. Say, I love you. You're
Lorraine.
good. You
love
put your
that.
effort in. You're trying. It's self-love. It's reminding yourself every day, hey, I showed up today. I gave it all I got. I did what I came to do here. That's going to boost your self-respect because you're following through on your own intentions that you set, your own goals that you set. When you start to realize your own goals that you set, you gain confidence from that because it proves to yourself that you can do it, that you have it in you. And it builds that confidence each time you do that. And so once you've come to a certain point where you really are loving yourself, the rest of the world, it's fine. It's here nor there. You don't even, someone may come around you and they're treating you bad or maybe talking to you some kind of way. It doesn't bother you because you're already, you know what's going on with you. So the outside will affect you less and less. The more self-respect you have for yourself, the less you need it from others. You don't need as much validation when you've already gave yourself the stamp, so to speak, if that makes sense.
That. I love y'all since she talking about the stamp. I done put a stamp on this cup right here.
I love
There
this
you go,
cup.
camera woman. Switch that up for me real quick. There she go. Where she at? There she go.
That's it.
Come on. She coming, y'all. She coming to the camera. Yeah, y'all. My director is the bomb. Do y'all see the stamp on that screen? We have stamped us some cups, y'all. We are working on some merchandise. We got to get this word out about the New Black Church podcast, where your story is your Bible. We are getting this out there. And so, y'all, while Don has put this stamp on resilience, two of my favorite things, I say, don't ask nobody to do nothing for you that you have not done for yourself yet. So, first thing in the morning, if my lady friend is over here visiting me, overnight because I'm grown. I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
But when I wake up, I move super quiet when I open up my eyes, and I say to myself first, dang, Duran, I love you, because I'm trying to beat her. Before she say anything to me in the morning, I'm beating her. So I tell myself first thing in the morning, Duran, I love myself. Then, I got to make that bathroom run, you know what I'm saying, because I'm old. Got to make the bathroom run. So I make that bathroom run. I look at them, mwah, mwah, I kiss them guns.
Yes.
I be like, boy, you got some big old arms, dog.
Right.
You're looking good. I give myself that affirmation. So, Dawn, when you talk about that, I get it, because now that I have affirmed myself, I know what affirmation look like.
Yes.
I know what love look like because I gave it to myself first. So when somebody try to come against me, going right into it, I know how to say no now.
Right.
I know how to stand up for myself. I know how to have more respect for myself than I ever had before. Y'all, if y'all not taking in these building blocks, if y'all are not, what they call it, these words, gatekeeping. Y'all, we cannot gatekeep on this information. If this information is blessing you, let's share it. Let's share it with other people so that we can continually build on this positive village that we're building, where everybody is taking care of themselves and we're out here sharing our Bible, y'all. And so now, resilience. You built up that resilience. I'm talking about that or some building block. I'm telling you right now, the Taj Mahal is beautiful. The Great Wall that fell down and the art they made out of it is beautiful. The Mona Lisa, it's beautiful art. Mozart, Tupac poem, The Rose Out the Concrete, is beautiful.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, these stories that are out of your Bible, these words, these are beautiful building blocks. That is going to bless somebody. It's blessing me right now. It's blessing the director over there too, because I can tell the director so caught up in your story, the director doing their own thing. But let me tell you, you are blessing us. So now that you're blessing us, you talked about this a little bit earlier, and I want to come back to it and touch on it some more. It's that no word, because I feel like we were taught so much in growing up that we don't say no to adults. We say, yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. We make sure we do with the elders, talk back to the elders and none of that. Now, no. We got the resilience. We understand why. We're building on top of this thing, right? This next step in this is no. Why is that so important to say that no when we're doing our self-respect?
It's so important because if you don't do that, you'll be ran over. You're going to be doing things you don't really want to do. And as we do things that are against our core value system, we lose respect for ourselves. So if you're trying to build self-respect, doing things that go against your own moral code is going to make you feel less about yourself. So you're tearing down your self-respect. When you say no, you're not even going down that road. You don't even have to worry about it. It's not something, and you're going to feel good about yourself because you were able to really just express yourself. You didn't want to do it and you said no. You're really going to be proud of yourself after you do it. It might kind of hurt, especially people pleasers really have a hard time with it. And our generation, like you said, we're ingrained of do as you're told.
Yep.
Be seen, not heard. We really weren't taught to really stand up for ourselves, and it's okay to say no. So a lot of people definitely struggle with, they don't want to hurt someone's feelings. They want to show that they're there for other people, which all those things are good. You should still show up for your loved ones and your friends. But if it's something that's going to tear you down in some kind of way or drain you, you could say no. And surprisingly, people aren't really all that mad when you say no. I have friends that they're doers and they're very family oriented. So they really deeply care for their families and friends and want to do everything they're asked because they love these people. And in a way, there's nothing wrong with that, but you could become drained. And they're afraid to say no because they don't want to let people down. Some people take that, I'm a failure, I'm not loyal, I'm not following through. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means I'm not doing this right now. You maybe you can catch me another time on that, but right now I can't do that. It's okay. And it's funny. People will find a way. When you say no, they'll find a way.
Hmm.
You are not the be. Let's stop thinking we're bigger than everything else in the world. We have a significant role to play, but you're not the be all and end all, and it's okay if you bow out of some things. They'll find a way to keep it going without you.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, people will find a way to do what they're trying to do without you if you say no. So it's okay. Don't feel guilty.
Oh yeah. I mean, they do it every time. You know what? I picked up on something that you said. People pleasers in the family. I used to be one. And so one of the things I learned, either you're gonna tell them no or you're gonna tell yourself
That's
no.
right.
Which one do you want to tell no? Because
That's
see,
right.
when you tell them yes, you telling yourself no. When you
Mhm.
know you only got $20 in the bank and they need 15 for the family reunion
Right.
and you need to eat. And
Right.
y'all know ramen noodles is not 5 packs for $1 no more. It's 1 pack for $5 now. So that's chicken flavor, not shrimp. Shrimp is a little bit more expensive. But y'all get what I'm saying is that we're gonna tell them yes, but tell ourselves no. What does that make sense when it comes to self-respect? So I'm so in tune into what you're saying.
Saying no can be a test of that relationship or a test of how someone feels about
Ooh.
you. Because if I ask someone to do something for me and they say no, my reaction, if it's someone I care about, is that's fine. Don't worry about it. I just had to ask, but that's fine. I'm not gonna feel any type of way toward them for that. If someone gets mad when you say no, reevaluate that relationship. Because if someone cares about you, they don't want you to be put out. They don't want you to have to put in for $50 knowing you don't have any groceries. Someone that cares about you would never want you to be in that position. So also, test people out with no. Test them out.
Oh yeah.
See how they react to you.
You also reminded me of it's like when you tell them no, they come back, but you always say yeah. Why all of a sudden
Uh-huh.
you want to say no now?
And that's something right there. You've allowed the words for this, but that's letting you know you're not setting any boundaries. If someone automatically knows you're gonna do anything they ask you to do with no question, you might be spreading yourself thin.
You just taught me something. I'm sitting here listening to you, and I'm picking up on this. And what it is, either we are going to have self-respect first, or we're going to have community or family respect first.
You won't be able to carry the weight of the latter
Exactly.
because you're not strong enough to be everything for everybody until you're strong enough for yourself anyway.
And think about it. It's either carry one, me, the one I've been knowing for all
Right.
these years, or trying to carry mama, daddy, 3 brothers, a sister, nephew, nieces, my cousin, them, my grandparents, my uncle, my aunties, my cousins. That's just them. My fraternity brothers, the ones I went to
People wear
college with, my
themselves
homegirl,
out
them.
with it.
Dang, look at all these people you trying to make happy and trying to do
And you're
community
the yes
respect.
person, so you're the first person they always come to. Let them try out a few options first.
Yeah.
They might find something else that works out, and you don't even have to do that. Don't sign up for other people's work.
Exactly. Y'all, did y'all hear that? Don't sign up for nobody else's work. Y'all, Dawn is blessing us on building this self-respect. I'm totally enjoying myself. Hold on one second. Let me give me a sip.
Yeah.
Boy, that felt good. It felt good. So, that felt so good. We're going to take a quick break real quick. We're going to come right back, and we're getting ready to dive into Dawn. She snuck out there and told us 4 beautiful kids, 3 businesses, and 1 beautiful woman. Y'all, we'll be right back. See you soon. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to the New Black Church, where your story is your Bible, but right now we're all up in Don Bible right now. Bruh, I'm catching a hold of these scriptures. I'm catching a hold of these Psalms, these Proverbs. I'm catching these miracles that are taking place, these breakthroughs. I am truly, truly being blessed. Gave us some great equipment in this building. Now that we know how Dawn built herself, let's talk about these amazing, amazing, beautiful kids that you have that are a reflection of their parents.
Well, I'll start with my oldest. He'll be 23 this at the end of the month. He
Okay,
lives
so
on.
y'all
Oh.
y'all know she's not 25 now, so we got that down.
Right. Oh,
We
I
know she not
revealed my age.
25.
I revealed my age. Well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I've been here. I've been here for a while. My oldest, he'll be 23 at the end of the month. He lives on his own. I will say I would prefer to him being in college. He didn't want to do that. He's learning a skilled trade, which is fine. I encourage all my kids to do what they're interested in, not what
Mm.
I may have had a hope for, you know, you know. So he lives on his own. He's doing well. He does struggle with mental health problems, which has been a really sad thing to go through, but also I guess something that I needed to learn about.
Right.
And he's doing well, so I can talk about it without being in tears. But so it's interesting what you might go through with your children. Them as children, you never really know what will it be in 20 years with them. But he's doing well, and he's living on his own. I have two teenagers, 17 and 16. They're just in high school doing their thing. And I have a 9-year-old.
Oh, I
And,
got a
and
9-year-old
he's
too.
my favorite Capricorn. He's a Capricorn like you. So, yeah, but we have a really good time. And I really love the relationships that I have with all my children. They're all individuals. Um, I love them to death. We have a lot of laughs. We laugh. We have fun. I can't take all the credit because I do believe you're born the person you're going to be regardless.
Yep.
But I think I know I had some kind of hand in this because I've been working, okay? They done had me busy. I done put in something. But, I'm happy with who they are. They care about others. They stick up for others. Um, they have a lot of self-respect for themselves and confidence. And so I'm just watching them grow up. And sooner or later, I'll have a one-bedroom. but, but yeah, we have a lot of fun and,
Okay, so that sounds like four babies. You talked about three boys.
hmm
There's one that you didn't talk about. It got to be somebody who look like you.
Similar.
Kind of act like you a little bit.
Way jazzier than me. I can
You
tell
know,
that.
let me see. What the mama them used to say, wait till you have one that look just like you and act
Right,
like you.
right.
Yeah. So what about that one?
My daughter Milani. Oh yes, she's a Scorpio, so she's got an edge. She's got an edge to her. Um, I had two sons before I had my daughter, and I was really in I hate to throw a word around toxic because everybody's saying that. But it was a toxic relationship. And at that time, I felt like I was complying with societal norms and expectations. I already had one son. I had another in this new relationship, and then we were having a daughter. I felt like I shouldn't leave the relationship because I didn't want to have multiple children and different fathers. I understand how that's, how people look at women like that. Even though that wasn't how it was, I was looking at it that way. I didn't really care what other people thought, but then again, I did. I wasn't all the way free from caring. I
Right.
still kind of did care. So I felt I needed to stay in this relationship for the sake of these kids and to have this family life. And, we had money and attractive, and people would always come up and say, "You're just the most beautiful family." And behind closed doors, it was not what people would think at all. But I did stay. So that goes to say about how we make decisions in our life based on what we think others think, how we think society views us. And I stayed in that relationship for a very long time. But it wasn't until I got pregnant with my daughter, I really decided I was going to leave it. And I felt good about doing it. And I knew it would be okay. Because I felt like, even though I had other children, and you would think, well, you don't want any of your children to be in an unhappy home. It was something different about having a daughter. I don't know why, but my mind frame just changed. It was another woman that was going to be here. And I needed to show her women can do everything they want to do. Women are powerful. Women are special. Women need to be loved and appreciated and treated nicely. I began to think about, I began to treat myself how I would treat a daughter. Even before she was born, she was just growing in me, but I was having a whole transformation about how I thought about myself and the decisions that I could make. And by the time she was born, I was ready, and I moved on out of that relationship. But she really inspired me to stand up for myself and to love myself. I began to tell myself what I would tell my daughter. And not to say, and maybe we do this, maybe we look at boys and men as they're supposed to be stronger, and we don't realize that how deeply they can be affected by things. And I didn't realize this till later with my older son, how even boys can be affected by things very deeply, just as much as females. So I want to make sure everyone knows I'm not really a gender-specific person, but having a daughter has to do with gender, and it did change me in a lot of ways. I started to talk to myself as if I was my daughter, and how much you would love her and say, hey, you deserve to be treated well. You're beautiful. You're smart. You know, I began to talk to myself that way instead of, you made your bed, now lie in it. I really had that kind of attitude. Like, I should suffer because you chose this life, so suffer. But that really changed me into thinking like, no, you don't have to do anything. You do everything you want to do. So, yeah, and my life really turned around and got better and better after that. So it works. Talk to yourself as if you were a child that you love and care about. What would you tell that little person who's innocent? Because we are innocent. We're a product of our experience. You know, we don't, not to our knowledge, we didn't ask for any of this. We're just trying to navigate it. So it's okay to be gentle with yourself and say, hey, little Duran. Hey, little Dawn Marie, it's okay. You're great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Talk to yourself gently, how you would.
It's so key to what you're saying, because I talk to the little kid in me. That's why I laugh so much. That's why I play so much. That's why, you know, so much stuff roll off the back of my skin like water off a duck's back, because I remember as a little kid, nothing bothered me. Nothing got really underneath me because I knew I was going to have fun. You know, you get into it with your friends, y'all don't like each other, but next morning you're knocking on this door talking about, let's go outside
come on,
and go
going to play.
Yeah, we finna go down the block. We going to the park
Absolutely.
to play on the swings and stuff. That's the thing, is that we don't talk to that kid. We're so much talking to that adult that other people done built in us that we're neglecting who actually built us. That's that little bitty kid. And it's such a beautiful story when you talk about your daughter, because you saw yourself in her.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Little Duran, he changed my life.
Yeah.
Like, I realized that, man, okay, I want him to grow up with the lack of confidence that I had growing up, you know, without having a dad and just having all this stuff going on. No. Right, his confidence now at 12 years old. Matter of fact, our confidence battle each other because he's so confident at 12.
And
I'm 40 years older than him.
I say that about my kids too. I mean, I'm happy about it because I'm secure with them going out in the world. And the whole thing we're talking about is, how do you build self-confidence? This is what gives you the armor to be able to go out every day and deal with everybody else who isn't healed. These people are going to be doing all kinds of stuff that, you know, but
Because
Yeah,
see,
kids are amazing these days. I feel like the new generation of kids, they don't care about any of these old
none
standards,
of it.
old rules.
None
When I
of it.
watch my kids with their friends, they don't care about race. They don't care about none of that stuff. And
Mm-mm.
I think it's lovely because that's where we need to all kind of get to. If we want to evolve as a people, we're going to have to find a way there and accept people on the level they're on and stop using all these definitions we've been given. It was
Mhm.
interesting. I seen online, and um, they did a study about kids. Little kids all play with each other. If you put them in the room, they don't know anything about nothing. They just like each other and play with each other. We're getting all these other ideas as we get older that is making us
Mhm.
um, prejudice. Prejudices are not normal. They're man-made.
Exactly. All of them are. I mean, they're not natural. Someone had to teach us that,
Right.
right? And so, building that self care, we have to unteach ourselves a
Yeah.
lot of that information that they taught us. Now, in building the self care, back to your
Yes.
family and stuff
Yes.
like that. Family is what help us build. For us, it's our kids. Our
Mhm.
kids really help us build that self respect because they look at us. They look and see. You know, your baby, she looks at you and
Mommy, I
see.
love you. And like, oh my God.
Exactly. I mean, that's that thing is that they see us loving ourselves, they want to love on us. You know, they see us not feeling good, they don't feel good. And so that's why it's so key in us building our own self respect is that we have to continually do this thing. We have to continually keep putting ourselves first. We have to continuously um, do what's right by us first and then start taking care of other people. Now, great information. I'm enjoying this. We learned a little bit about, the kids. We're going to take another quick break. We're going to learn some more about these three jobs, these three careers, not jobs, y'all, three businesses, right? One of these businesses I can't wait to talk about because let me tell you, boy, at Humphrey Lee off of Racine in Oak Cliff, Texas, boy, I went to one every morning before I went to class. Y'all, one more break. We'll be right back. See you soon. Welcome back to the New Black Church where your story, we're talking about you, is your Bible. Y'all, we are welcome here with our special guest, Dawn Marie Dobson. She is such an amazing person. But real quick, let me drop a couple more nuggets to you. We got 6 months. The first 6 months are coming up. Y'all, next month is self-care. Self-care is going to be so awesome. We did self-love no, we did self-esteem the first month of January on TikTok. Then we did self esteem in February. We're going to post these live for you. We're going to not post them live, Duran. We're going to post the recording of those that we have so that you go out and go on YouTube and watch those. You're experiencing self respect this month. And then next month, we're going to jump right into self care. But back into this self respect with Dawn. She has told us about the family and how awesome it is and how they play such a big role loving on her boys. And then she got her baby boy that's 9 year olds. As a matter of fact, that reminds me, after this next break, we're going to have a little special guest come join us. Y'all know that that special guest is a special guest. So they're going to come check us out here real quick. But now we want to talk about these three businesses that Dawn has. So, Dawn, let's get into those three businesses. Because, see, in building You had to start with one. You didn't just blah.
Correct.
You got three.
Yes.
So how did you build those and managing your self-respect at that same time when you started those businesses?
I started with a candy store,
Mm.
little shop on Central Street in Dubuque, Iowa. And I was at a time in life where I just felt like I didn't want to work for anybody else. I had the opportunity to do it. It was something easy to start with because I don't have a business degree. I wasn't, Mr. Monopoly. Started the little candy store. It was easy to start up. All I did was, this was when the internet was first starting to be popping. You could get on there and look for anything. Well, I found some vendors. I found a spot downtown. I think the building was about $400 a month at the time. So I said, I could do that. Got online, found where you could get candy vendors, and had them come in, put the stuff up, and it was open at the time. I was doing it with my ex, and I was working full time. So I wanted him to go in and run the store because I wasn't gonna give up my income, to just try to have a candy store. So we worked it out. We kept it open, and got the money for it. And then I realized, wow, that is more money than I've ever seen doing any kind of job that I've had thus far. So I said, what else do I like? Well, I was thinking, what do we need in this town? At the time, this is Dubuque, Iowa. This is like 2002, 2003. There weren't a lot of black people there at the time. This was predominantly white. But the culture was starting to change. There was starting to be an influx of black residents. And, we need our stuff, which is beauty supply. And it's a pain in the neck going all the way to Chicago or all the way to Milwaukee to get some hair or something, So that was the next idea. The candy store that we had, it had another business that was right on the side of it. So I said, let's get the other side. Let's put some beauty supplies in it. We did that. And that was amazing. So then we went on we need some clothes here that we like to wear. We had an urban wear store. So I guess it's 4, not 3. I guess I count the first one. They were side by side. It was one thing. Then I went into in-home healthcare, which was just by chance. I met a elderly person that I cared for, and I would come help them out at their house. I said, there's more people that need this. That's really what sparked the idea. I never had in my head that I cared about healthcare or anything like that. But it became a business off of me just helping somebody that I knew that needed help. And I said, well, other people need this same service so they can stay at home, and it grew, and I was surprised I was surprised at myself, I guess, at this time. I didn't know I still don't know my capabilities. But I love to surprise myself. So that's how I got into that and made a really good amount of money, more money than I ever had seen in my life. I grew up really, really poor. So I've just had a really blessed life, but it wasn't without hard work. But it's blessed. It's blessed.
Y'all know.
And then I packed up and moved here because I said, the heck with this cold weather. I can afford to move. I can afford to live in Florida.
See, look at that.
So
look
here I am.
Here you are. So y'all, this is the part of the show where y'all know that the guests come on here and they start telling about themselves, and they tell these amazing stories as if like we gonna let that run right past us, y'all. Okay, Dawn, we gotta take. First of all, y'all, this show going longer than an hour today, just so y'all know. We're going to go over. Because she just blew my mind in what she built off of her self-respect. Like, this is why I love the way that these episodes are designed and the guests come in and the topic marries that individual. She wanted some candy.
In a nice wig.
Yeah.
A little drawstring ponytail.
See what I'm saying? She just wanted something that she wanted. That's what self-respect is. Going with to get what we want for ourselves. Open up a store, right? Then she decided I need that ponytail because I don't feel like doing my hair today, and I don't feel like going back to
Right.
Chicago or Milwaukee. And you know what? The building next door open. Let's put up a
Yeah.
beauty store because times are changing. Just doing what she needs in her life by putting herself first and then doing that. And then decide, okay, I got a ponytail, I got some candy. Well, damn,
We
my
need an
clothes
outfit.
don't match what I got. And I don't feel like going to Chicago. You know, we didn't have Amazon at that time back
No,
then.
this was before internet.
We didn't have same day delivery. So no, what
The
she
way
do?
I did my advertising is totally different than what I would do today. And I'm like, that much time passed.
Yeah.
I didn't need no internet to do that back then. I ain't
Uh-uh. Then she put a clothing store together. And then now that she looking good, she sees somebody need some help.
Yeah.
And then start just the kindness out of our heart. The thing about good people who love themselves, we really know how to be there for ourselves and then be there for somebody else. So after she's there for somebody else and realize, you know what, Mr. Durant, you ain't the only old person around here. Somebody else that needs some help that is at home need this same help and then open up another 4 businesses, y'all. Do y'all hear me? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If y'all got something wrong with 4, go talk to Miss Johnson, my 3rd grade English teacher at Humphrey Lee. And I had Miss Jefferson at what's that other school off of Keystone Pope? I forgot the name of that one. But let me tell you, y'all go talk to them. I went to Daniel Webster too, just so y'all know I moved around a lot when I was in Dallas as a little kid. But back to Dawn, y'all hear this 4 businesses just because she has self-respect. Y'all, what we're talking about is building self-respect. There is something in you that needs to come out. My old pastor used to say, pregnant with possibilities. How long are you going to be pregnant? Typically, it takes us 9 months to carry a baby. Stop carrying your possibilities for like 5 to 10 years. Birth that dang on thing. I know your back hurt. It gotta hurt for all that you're carrying up here right now. You're walking, you're wobbling with them possibilities down the street. Stop all that wobbling. Go ahead, let that water break so them possibilities can come out of you. But this is what happens when we build self-respect. And then I love at the end what Don told us. Don said it was hard work. But I know as a man that everything I work for, I appreciate it. Everything that I've earned, I appreciate it. A lot that has been given to me, I'm learning how to appreciate that now. But back in the day, I misused it and abused it. So look, Dawn, you done gave us all this great information on building self-respect. You did it for yourself. Then we talked about how building self-respect using our family helps makes us. And then you came, just blew my mind of like how it's kind of like, hey, I need this. Let me go start a business. Because we're not the only one who needs this, right? There are other people who
Right.
need that.
Exactly.
All this is going on. But this is the deal. There's somebody right now that is watching this show. So I'm going to have you look directly at that camera right there in front of us. That one right there, I'm going to have you look at that one right there in front of us. And I want you to share with the people that's having trauma that they're dealing with, but they're pregnant with possibilities. While I'm saying this, I want you to think about this. They have something that they want to get out there and go do. Somebody has 1 or 2, 3 kids as a single mom, and she's struggling with the fact that she has more than one father, father of her children, and she's worrying about building her self-respect. There's another woman out here that's possibly, she has all these dreams inside of her, but she don't know how to go for them, right? What can you say to these women right here today? Because you've done it. 4 kids, 3 beautiful boys, an amazing mini-me, your daughter, right? And you still had this beautiful big smile on your face. Looking right there straight ahead of us. Go ahead and share with them how they have an opportunity to get through this trauma and just give them a couple of ways that they may bless them out of your book.
No matter how many children you have or the baby daddy thing, nobody knows your story and what you were going through before you got right here today. You define you and your self-worth. Don't worry about what other people think. And as far as your ideas, if you have an idea, you don't have to have everything perfect to start. Just start. Just start where you can start. And that varies for, it depends on what you're trying to do, that will vary. But if you have some kind of dream or some kind of talent, that's where your money is. And if you have these children, you got to support these kids. You need to be making money. I didn't have time to play around while I was creating these businesses. I was still working full time while I was opening these doors. So don't be afraid of what other people think. And you don't have to have everything perfect to start. Just start somewhere. Like the in-home health care business was probably the most complicated one. And I started just because I was doing a favor for someone. I just wanted to help somebody. So you can start wherever you're at. That's fine. You don't have to have everything perfect first. I feel like so many people are reluctant to start because they feel like, well, I need this and I need this and they need so many different things. You'll never start because there'll always be something else that you need that you don't have that you can think of. Just start where you're at. It might be just, if it's a skilled trade, like maybe you want to do lashes, go get one of these little programs and learn the lashes. That doesn't mean you're going to open your store tomorrow, but learn the lashes because you have a passion for it. There's a reason. We don't have ideas for no reason. I'm a fairly spiritual person. I feel like we get messages from guidance. And you wouldn't have had that idea for no reason. So don't be afraid to take a step toward it. And it's not going to be just like you're going to walk into your store tomorrow. But you could learn more about what you're trying to do. And that's free. It's always free to learn things, especially now that we have the internet. I don't have a business degree. I've had 4 successful businesses. I don't have a business degree. And sometimes, and I have friends that have master's degrees and, so that, but that won't stop you. We have the internet now. You're free to learn about anything your heart desires. Use that to your advantage. That's how I did. Everything that, when I came to a roadblock or something, and I would say especially with the in-home healthcare, because you're billing medical and you got to be precise. There's a lot of stuff that goes into that. Your employees need to be bonded. Like, there was a lot more to it than the other stores that I had. And at first I was a little overwhelmed and a little scared, like, ooh, this is a lot. I don't know if I want to play with this, But when I hit roadblocks, I just got in there and learned about what I needed. I learned the answer to the question being self-taught. Anybody can do it. You can learn about anything you want to learn about. So if you have an interest, explore it. Learn more about it. That's going to give you a little more confidence to actually pursue it. So that's what I would say. And it's hard when you're, you got kids, you're young, and it could be a lot. I know. It's a lot going on when you're young, and everything is way more bigger than it probably is when you're younger. Once you get up, like now, I don't worry about nothing. I'm pretty sure whatever it is, we'll deal with it. But I wasn't always that way. I worried. I cried. I was sad. I went through so many different things. But if you're dead set about, if you have self-respect, you know what you deserve, and you might not know how you're going to do it, but you're going to do it. Keep reminding yourself, you may not know how yet, but remember you're going to do it. And the opportunity is going to come around, and all you got to do is then take it and learn about the things that you're interested in. That's where your money is.
I love that. I love everything that you just said. It was so powerful. Hey, everybody heard that. It applies to men. It applies to women.
Absolutely.
Also, remember, no degrees for businesses. No college for successful
which
businesses.
I'm not saying you shouldn't get a higher education, which I still plan to do.
Okay.
So I'm not saying that, but you don't have to wait on things. I guess that's my point. Yeah. Had I been waiting on that, I'd probably never have done it because I never would have had the financial freedom that I have today. I would have still been kind of in a rat race struggling with all those kids and stuff, waiting for the day that I could start. it probably would have never arrived yet. So go
Hey,
for it.
there it is, right there. Go for it. I love those last words that Dawn said. Dawn, I just want to be the first one to say thank you. Thank you for blessing the New Black Church with you. Hey, give me a toast real
I
quick.
love it.
That's what I'm talking about. Take me a little sip. Y'all,
Good
that's our
stuff.
night for the night. Remember, building self-respect. It is so important. It begins with you. Dawn gave us lessons out of her Bible, and she shared stories with her how she put herself first. She loved herself. She gave herself affirmation. She acknowledged being a mom. She acknowledged where she had her opportunities for growth, and she jumped on them and capitalized them. She's not the only one, the first one, nor the last one can do that. You can do the same thing. So that's our word for you today, is to get out there, continually build on top of that self-respect that you've already been doing, and check us out next week, same time, 5 p.m. Eastern. I promise you all. Share this out, like it, subscribe so that you know exactly when we go live. Merchandise is coming real soon. We got a couple cups. We got T-shirts coming. We even have a journal. Remember, 11 months. We have 11 stories coming your way about self. At the end of this year, it would be the first year that all of us would be able to say, I've dedicated a year to myself first. That is beautiful. Once again, Dawn, we want to thank you so much for
Thank
sharing
you.
with us. You
Thank
were so
you.
amazing.
Thank you.
Oh my God, talking about she got a 23-year-old look like she about 25. Y'all,
Thanks.
something's wrong with science. It's telling us a story.
It's the 80s and
Look,
70s.
hey, some
We're
80s
in
and
there.
70s
We're in
babies.
there.
But y'all, I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all know I got to give a shout out to my director. Y'all saw they over there, my director playing with the camera, studying. Oh, excuse me, y'all, doing that homework, putting it in. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Y'all know the director's getting ready to play my theme music, and we out. Peace. I love y'all at the New Black Church, where your story is your Bible.
Oh my God.